important to know that McLuhan said that there's no difference between figure and ground once you get into the electric age. Now, McLuhan did a tetrad. Now, listen to this. He did a tetrad on the law of etherealization, which was, I think, Bucky Fuller's term for more and more getting done by less and less. Okay? That'd be homeopathic, whatever. The law of etherealization was one of the first tetrads McLuhan presented when he handed out pamphlets in 74, 75. And in it, it says, when figure, I think the reversal of it was, when figure becomes ground, it's a monster. And so figure and ground have homeopathically merged in many monstrous environments, each one of them a quadrant on my chart, which then overlays with the Book of Revelations monsters. You got the figure without ground. I mean, figure and ground merger is the important first step. When you write about it, you go back to the visual categorization and splitting. You then talk about figure and ground. But Joyce showed figure and ground and then merged it and made it unreadable. So how do you show figure being merged with ground by a book situation? You've got to set up a fake figure and a fake ground and then merge them. You'll see that McLuhan does that all the time. So figure merging with ground is exactly what it means heaven becomes earth, earth becomes heaven, right? In the information overload society since the 60s, everybody's neighbor was involved in pattern recognition. And right now, there's little groups all over the place trying to explain things. Because everybody doesn't, since the 60s, people always need to explain what was happening more than they ever did before because there was so much to keep up with or they thought they had to keep up with. So I find that these kind of conversations that he's featuring are archetypal. They're all over the place, these kind of things. Little groups discovering things or trying to figure out and thinking they know. And I'm pretty sure Zapping Gale and their friends had those kind of conversations around them. And I was witness to a couple, but we have this interesting point that Gale implies Frank was pretty oracular or something. He could have been a medium. And so Zappa would be aware of that. And this is where he's predicting ionization. But so there's the conventional talk of people discovering stuff through their classroom is their speech as they interact with each other. And
at least trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
What'd you say? Who?
They're in the darkness trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, McLuhan said that in the 60s that the interrogative mood or the questioning mood took over society because everybody was always trying to figure out what's going on because they couldn't get all the patterns because so many were being created or implied. They just to get a few. So people more and more had an identity quest and they would kind of assuage it by talking this kind of way with people, trying to figure out why everything was out of control or that. And it would be based on different kinds of education or sophistication. So this actual point of the interrogative mood, trying to figure out what's going on and people explaining it, I don't know anybody else who presented words, conversation like that, beginning with Lumpy Gravy and Zappa. And that's so McLuhan-esque what he was doing. McLuhan was analyzing that too.